This will be your, well, you missed one of the games, but I mean, you've had 5 or 6 of these cracks in Oregon. You didn't grow up in the state, but how's this series kind of grown on you?
I mean, yeah, just I remember watching it first. I think I was watching on TV in 2017, and they won. I think it was here, right? And so that kind of built the anticipation for like the rivalry and all that kind of stuff. Then I watched my brother play, and then now I've had my few shots at it. So yeah, I mean it's an exciting rivalry, and it's it's definitely one where it's like, okay, we gotta get this one.
Yeah, this obviously you got a bowl game coming up, but the end is near. Is it hitting you at all?
Not quite yet, because stuff doesn't really hit me until it's like last. So I think after the game in the bowl game locker room, it was kind of like, oh, okay, we're here. This last one.
Looking at Bo Nix, what is the challenge? How's it different than last week with Michael Penix?
I think the difference is, I mean, as an offense, differently they'll stick to running the ball. I mean, running the ball sets everything up for them. As opposed to Washington, they'll kind of, whatever's working, they'll go more with. And then Bo Nix, he's less of a Michael Penix. He'd like to stay in the pocket and look to throw the ball. Bo Nix, he'll get out of the pocket. So we got to be secure with our rush lanes and make sure we keep him in the pocket.
Right.
I do want to touch on that rushing attack. You guys faced a pretty good rushing attack in Cal that obviously gave you guys some trouble. Now you're going against kind of a two-headed monster in Bucky and Jordan James. Again, how do you guys make sure, unlike in that game where you talked about you guys were just making mistakes, leaving wide open holes, how do you guys make sure that doesn't happen against two running backs that can be explosive at any time?
Yeah, I think just sticking with our scheme of like just over communicating. You know, it's not going to be loud because we'll be on defense at an away game, so we'll be able to communicate a little more and just make it clear across the board. Like, we're keeping the scheme fairly simple, so we could just everyone be in their gap sound and try to stop this run.
There's always a level of respect that obviously each team has for every opponent, but in these rivalry games, is there a little bit more of a dislike or kind of, I don't want to say hatred, but just say dislike of this Oregon team because of the rivalry and the history between these two squads?
I mean, I think you know, kind of our motto is respect all, fear none, and the respect we give people is how we prepare and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if it's disrespect or anything like that. It's just we got a game and we gotta want to go and win.
What are your impressions of their offensive line? I mean, it's a elite one, just like the one you guys have as well.
Yeah, I mean, they work well together. They're hard on the double teams and they're big up front. And yeah, I think they're a solid O-line. We just gotta be on our P's and Q's, and just like any other game.
Anything else?
All right.